just about heading home after the long trip. So we are going to reset trip
Turn
2.
left.
Trip 1 will continue to be our all-around information. So you can see totally I've been doing 377 over 9 hours of the car being on time and averaging 2.6 miles per kilowatt. So let's see what we get for efficiency going in the opposite direction. So now I'm driving from Pennsylvania up to my home in New Hampshire. We're starting just about 80% state of charge. I was able to get a little bit of charge while I was at work, so I got up to 80%. That's estimating about 117 miles of range on the first charge. So I'm going to be using the onboard navigation system this time. Right now, the expectation is that it would be 3 charging stops, very similar to what we did on the ride down. So we'll see what we can do, and I'll push it as far as I can, keeping a look on the map for charger locations and things of that. We'll go to this first charger.
Continue 4.5 miles.
And we'll get the recommended charge. I didn't look at the details as far as how much charge it suggested. I'm going to go probably all the way up to 80 at least. So we'll see how that changes things. So you can see from this here, we're going 71 miles to the first charger. It's suggesting that I'll be at 25% state of charge when I arrive, and it's only asking or suggesting, doesn't ask you anything, to go from 25 to 38%, and that would only take approximately 10 minutes is what it's suggesting. But I'm gonna try to cut this down a little bit, because it is also giving me an 8.5 hour drive time, which is a bit longer than what I dealt with on the way down. And actually it just changed with that flash, and now it told me to go to 43%. So it must be estimating, because I got the heat on, or so it took something into account there to change the percentage. Alright, we're driving along. Been going for about 51 minutes. Done 39 miles. Averaging 2.7 right now. I did go ahead and alter where we're going for the first charge. So we're going to stop at this Walmart in Secaucus, New York. So pushed it a little bit further than what the GPS was originally suggesting. This is in line with kind of the plan I put together on a Better Route Planner. It's giving me an overall drive time a lot higher than what a Better Route Planner was planning, but we'll see where we end up at the end. I'm going to have to alter some of the other ones as well. So once we get to this charging station, I'll charge up. Again, I'm going to go beyond the 63 that it's suggesting there. I'll probably take that all the way up to 80.
Turn right, then arrive at Electrify America, Walmart Supercenter.
Alright, we're back at another Walmart. Got 12%. We're going to go ahead and exit out of that so it stops telling me. So you can see what we did here. 2.4 miles per kilowatt. We're going for an hour and 48 minutes. Almost 100 miles. People in New York and New Jersey cannot fucking drive. I don't know what this lady's doing. Yeah. Alright, so I've been on here now for about 40 minutes, I think. 42 minutes. Still charging slow, so this is one of the slow ones. Gonna try to get just enough in here, hopefully take me to a back up to one of the stations I stopped at before. Try to get that fast flow going. All the spots are taken, so I think that's what's slowing it down. So definitely unfortunate. I got stuck here a little bit longer than I planned. Charging rate never got up over 45 kilowatts being delivered. So it's expected to do 80% at 423. I'm gonna ride it out till the 80%. Gonna see on the map where it suggests we stop next. I was kind of hoping to do this in 3 stops rather than 4 like I did on the way down, but home and pull into my driveway with 1% or 0 on the dash, I'd be fine with that. But we'll see. We'll see how we do once we get up to 80% and get rolling. Alright, just about to get off here. Giggity. Just hit 80%. We're at almost $19. Dropped down to 26 kilowatts. Alright, so that was unfortunate that charger was running so slow. I guess that's to be expected in a busy Walmart parking lot like New Jersey, compared to the one we stopped at on the way down in Connecticut. But I at least got to enough that it's looking like, based on this, I'll be good stopping at the 2 stations I had mapped out. So we're doing all Electrify America, both directions it looks like. I was going to start at a charge point just to get some video of the charge point working. Jersey people cannot drive. This lady's got her blinker on and she's in both lanes. Anyhow, we're stopping at 2, so that's pretty good. We'll check in, see what we're doing for efficiency when I get to this next station. Alright, on this trip, if I had stayed at that Walmart in Jersey for a little bit longer, I might have been able to stop at the same Walmart in Manchester, Connecticut that I stopped at on the way down, and then would have been able to make it all the way home, because that was my first stop on the way down. So it would have only been 2 charging stops. Right now this is estimating stopping at 2 more along the way. But once I get to this North Haven section, I'll see about maybe taking it all the way to 100%, depending on what's in the area, and maybe not have to stop again. So that'd be good. So this is what the car will give you for advice. You get the low battery warning once you get under 50 miles. This told me if I turn my heat down, which I'm only at 70, so it's not even really cooking that much, that I'd get more range. It's not going to matter too much because I'm only 17 miles away from the charging station, so I'm not going to change anything. Alright, just arrived at the charging destination. I'm going to plug in. That was 2 hours and 20 minutes. We were in stop and go traffic there, so my efficiency was pretty good with regen and everything. Went almost 100 miles at 2.8 miles per kilowatt. We're going to plug in. It's snowing out, so that's always fun. Maybe take this up to 100%, and see if I can't make it all the way home. 100% should give me at least 170, 180 miles almost. And I think from here, at least on Google Maps, I'm about 160 from home, so maybe I can push it. We'll see. Little winter wonderland. 4 stations here, lined up in a row, 4 individual spots set up. So you got a couple that max out at 350 here in the middle, and then 150s on the end. There's a Chatamo. We're initializing now. Let's see what we get. We should get pretty much max speed since I'm here by myself. Charging is starting. All right, excellent. We hit the 115. So all right, so we just hit 80% a couple minutes ago. Not even a couple minutes ago. You can see we went from 22% to 80% in about 28, 29 minutes. Holding steady at 32. Gonna ride this out to 100. Currently sitting in the car, eating a salad. Yeah, so we're at 80%. Gonna ride this up to 100. Like I said before, it's showing here that home's about 160 miles. I think we can make it if we push it. I don't know if I want to sit here until 9 o'clock though. That's 2 hours away. So we'll see. I'm so close, but I'm probably gonna bail on sitting here. It would be probably quicker to stop and do a quick 10-minute charge somewhere than try to wait for these last 7% to come in. I do wish Ford would give us a little more information on charge rate. Basically the information you get on the screen of the charger. It'd be nice to have kind of that miles per hour, kilowatt flow rate, some of that information on screen here. We've been holding these high 20s, low 30s the whole way, just past 95%. This new charging curve with the update that the dealer did, really making a difference on my vehicle. Left the car running while I've been charging, so I'm nice and warm inside. Got the wipers going so the snow's not accumulating. I think I'm gonna jump off and take my chances. 160 miles would be somewhere in the low 2.3, 2.4 kilowatt per hour, and we're getting more than that. So on average, it is cold, it's windy, it's snowing. Maybe I panic and stop for a quick 10-minute charge, but I think I'm going to wrap up here at about 97%. We're at 165. My home is within that blue circle, so I think it's just about time to give it a try. Well, that's unfortunate since it's not snowing that hard, but the roads are pretty wet. Driving past some tractor trailers, they're throwing up a lot of water and slush, so looks like some of my sensors are blocked. So got this warning telling me that my pre-collision assist is not active. If I do stop to charge, which it's looking like I might have to, I'll brush that off. So we got 127 miles of estimated range, but we have 131 approximate miles to home. So we're just not gonna make it unless I can get this percentage up, or not percentage, if I can get this efficiency up. It was pretty low in the beginning part of the ride. I was down at like 2.0, and now I've been holding at 2.3 for a while here now.
2 miles.
Okay, so temperature outside's getting lower. Google's reading 29, car's reading 30, so they're pretty close. The roads aren't super great. They're not horrible, but passed a couple accidents, a couple cars off the road. You would think people in New England know how to drive in this, but so far the car is holding well, doing great. up on another one over here. Looks like a SUV that went off the road, trying to get itself back onto the road. Luckily, didn't slam into the wall. Anyhow, I'm 2.2. My efficiency is dropping with the temperature, so I'm gonna have to stop for that charge. I'm at 65 right now. Get 101 estimated miles of range, but my home is 111, so I'm getting further and further away from the distance to range ratio. It was only about 2 miles before, but now it's, with the efficiency dropping, we're gonna have to hit stop. Getting stuck behind the sand and salt truck. Going 30. As you can see, the roads aren't great. There were a couple patches there where it wasn't looking like it had been treated, so good to see the truck out taking care of the roads. It is very tempting to not hit this charger. I'm just inside the blue ring of range. Once I get off the highway, it's all slow side streets. But I don't think I'm going to push my luck in this weather. Two little ponies running in the snow. Now that I've been able to get some speed back on the highway, open roads, as we got into Massachusetts, it hasn't quite started snowing as hard, so the roads were much nicer, so it was easier to get up to some highway speeds. So now my destination is outside my blue circle, so I'm definitely going to have to stop. It's been averaging 2.2, just clicked over to 2.3, so we're going to stop at that one station. It'll be a quick one. Okay, final charger plugged in. Started off slow. I thought it was going to hang out there for a minute, but it's picked itself up. So we're running. We're at 23%. I'm going to run into Wendy's, use the restroom by the time I get back. Should have enough to make it home. Alright, so we're above 50 miles at this point, so it's gone back to blue. You get a line right here that tells you where you need to fill to in order to reach your destination. So we're going to go up to that line, make sure we have enough to get all the way home. So you can see why the warnings on the screen were coming up, that the sensors that covered the whole front of the car is completely iced over. So we'll go ahead and wash that off with the trusty little brush and see if the sensors come back on. Yeah, it's a good thing I stopped for that charge. This last leg here hasn't been super efficient. A lot of that coming from my speed, really. I mean, acceleration and deceleration pretty good, but averaging under 2 miles per kilowatt on this last leg. It's cold. It's 26 degrees is what it's reading. Yeah, Android's also estimating 26 degrees outside. So with that extra cold, as the temperature dropped as we got further north, it's not snowing up here yet. It's still working its way towards me. You can see I've only got a guesstimation of 16 miles remaining, and I'm about 6 miles from home. Okay, finally home. That was a long leg. Over 8 hours of travel time. It's closer to almost 10 hours, 9.5. It's like a good couple hours longer. Hit more traffic on the ride up than we did on the ride down, plus with all that snow. Got stuck behind salt trucks and got stuck at a slow charger, so that was definitely added some time. Made it home with 7% and an estimated 9 miles remaining. So for this leg, we averaged 2.4. Not bad for as cold as it was getting. For the total trip, which was 732 miles, we did 2.5. And this last leg, I wasn't being super efficient. I even had it in unbridled a little bit. We were down to 1.9. So there you go. That's what over 700 miles in a standard range Mustang Mach-E looks like in the winter. If this was the summer, I'm feeling like I definitely could have gotten all the way from Philly to New Hampshire with only those 2 charges. But who knows? We'll have to try it again sometime. Or not.